This morning we had the breaking news that midfielder slash attacker Nick Powell is set to miss the rest of the year with a hamstring injury. In today's video we're going to speak about all things at Nick Powell, his start to life at Bradford City, and if maybe signing him was not potentially the best thing that Bradford City could have done at that time. If you do want to enjoy today's video, please make sure to drop a like on there for me and subscribe to the channel as well. If you are new, can we try and hit 200 likes on today's video? And don't forget to get your thoughts in down in the comment section down below on Nick Powell's start to life at Bradford City and how much of a miss do you think it's going to be over the next couple of months. Now, it was Simon Parker who broke this news at 7 o'clock this morning when he put out a tweet saying news of another injury setback for Nick Powell. He has had wretched luck. We'll read a little bit of the article. I don't want to read loads of it. If you want to read all of it, then obviously go over and check it out. But the article does read, Bradford City midfielder Nick Powell has hamstring operation. Nick Powell is having a hamstring operation today that will keep him out for, that does say, the rest of the year, but I can't stretch it out any longer and then you just won't be able to see it. But the 31-year-old midfielder is going under the knife in London, the latest setback in a career increasingly dogged by injury. Powell only joined City in August after his contract was terminated at Stockport and has played just 144 minutes of football in 6 appearances. Bantam's boss Graham Alexander had been easing him into his time if I can speak English, with his time on the pitch being carefully monitored. Powell's longest run out came in the first half at Newcastle in the Carabao Cup. He played in the first half but did not reappear after the interval. That was his last outing before he suffered the injury in training, and medical checks confirmed the worst. He's going to be out for a couple of months at least, said Alexander. That's a bit of a blow for Nick and obviously ourselves. Like I say, if you want to read the full article, then make sure to head over and check that out. But obviously when we signed the former Manchester United youngster from Stockport County in the summer, a lot of their fans were saying he's a very good player on his day. Unfortunately, his day never really comes around because he spends a lot of the time injured. You'll get 3 or 4 matches out of him and he's going to be injured for the next 4 or 5 months. And unfortunately, it does seem the case for Nick Powell that once again he's picked up another long-term injury. And it's just a shame that some players' bodies just can't quite maintain the standards of being a professional compared to certain other players. Some players won't pick up a single injury for all of their career. Other players, in Nick Powell's case for example, are absolutely hammered with injuries, and unfortunately it looks like he's not going to get any luck with that at Bradford City. And I think again this comes more down to the player rather than our medical staff, because we've seen since we've brought in the likes of Bobby Scarborough and I think it's Tom Eastwood, these type of appointments that have been made under Graham Alexander's regime, our number of injuries and especially number of muscular injuries have massively been reduced. And it's not like Nick Powell has been massively overplayed by Bradford City in the time that he's been here. He's having to play 90 minutes Saturday, Tuesday. He's had 1 start for us. A lot of his minutes have come for the last 10-15 minutes or so on off the bench, and unfortunately it's just a case of maybe in hindsight at the time it didn't really seem like the best gamble to take, whereas now that the gamble's obviously gone against Bradford City, it does certainly seem like a very bad move. Hopefully the contract was structured around a very low initial wage and quite high in appearance bonuses and all that sort of stuff, because you don't want to be spending thousands of pounds a week on a player who's obviously not going to be fit now until the new year, which is a big blow. Then obviously when January comes around, we're probably going to look to strengthen once again, despite us already having a very good squad. That's the nature of what the January window will bring. Certain players will want to leave the club and go get more minutes elsewhere. We'll obviously be looking to improve and try and strengthen our promotion hopes, because as of right now, towards the back end of October, we are well within a chance of automatic promotion. We're looking for back-to-back promotions, and unfortunately, looks like at least until the new year, Nick Powell's going to play no further part for us. Now this season for Nick Powell, in terms of league minutes for Bradford City, just 21 of them is what he's played so far. 4 substitute cameos for him in 4 separate matches. I think they are all in back-to-back league games. Obviously in the Carabao Cup he did play a little bit more football, which obviously goes by the EFL Cup. He played 59 minutes in that competition. He obviously got the start against Newcastle, came on off the bench against Stoke and looked quite good in that game. But since then, apart from his cameo against his former club in Stoke, I've not been particularly impressed with Powell a lot. He was okay on off the bench against Wimbledon. I couldn't even tell you that he came on against Doncaster, but then Huddersfield wasn't great. Cardiff I thought was really poor in that game. Understandably against Newcastle wasn't amazing in that one, but again, it's similar to Humphreys in that game I felt, where it wasn't necessarily lack of quality, it was more of a lack of effort. And obviously, Powell came off at half-time, hasn't featured since then, which we're going back to the end of September, and he's not going to be back till the new year. We're looking at a 3-4 month hamstring injury. That is quite a serious tear that he's probably picked up, which is, again, gutting for him. But we even look at last season from his time at Stockport County, 7 appearances, 3 starts, 240 total minutes played for Stockport last campaign. And you go to the year before that, where obviously they were in League Two, they got a little bit more football out of him, 32 appearances, 21 starts, nearly 1,700 minutes played. But even then, 3 goals and 1 assist in that time. In 32 appearances, you're looking at a goal contribution in every 8 matches in the division below 2 years ago. Obviously, upon reflection, hindsight's a wonderful thing, but signing Nick Powell just seems like a really, really bad move for Bradford City. Let me know what you think down below. Should Bradford City have signed Nick Powell, and what do you think his future will be? Because obviously, when he signed for Bradford City, the length of his contract was not disclosed publicly, which is something we've not done for as long as that I can remember, really. Every time, pretty much, that Bradford City have signed a player, it's a 2-year deal, or 2 years with an option. For example, I'm not saying that we've given Nick Powell a 2-year deal with an option of a further season, but it wouldn't take a genius, I don't think, to work out that we've probably given him a 1-year contract, and if he plays 25-30 games for Bradford City, he'll probably get another year. But I think that's very unlikely to happen now. I think he's going to be even further down the pecking order when he does come back from injury, because you think at the time when he was playing largely as a striker, that Callum Kavanagh was not fit. He's come back and looked very lively in his 2 appearances so far, and Andy Cook was also only just coming back to fitness, really. Cook was kind of coming back as Powell's kind of gone out the window. It's almost like we've swapped one out for another one. But I think if you're to pick between Andy Cook or Nick Powell to play as a striker, every Bradford City fan is going to pick Andy Cook, aren't they? Obviously, it's frustrating for the fans. I'm sure it's frustrating for the club, for Graham Alexander to have another body down for us. But it's also going to be very frustrating for Nick Powell. He just doesn't seem to be able to get a break from it at this moment in time. Is it down to his lifestyle, or is he just simply unlucky? Certain players, unfortunately, their bodies just aren't made for football, despite the talent that is clearly there. So let me know what you think down in the comment section down below. Obviously, a big blow for Nick Powell picking up this 3-4 month hamstring injury. It's going to see him out until the new year. If you have enjoyed watching today's video, don't forget to drop a like on there for me and subscribe to the channel as well. If you are new, can we try and hit 200 likes on today's video? If you want to check out the full article that Simon Parker did do, obviously, I think further on in there, he did speak about Bobby Poynton's injury as well. Matt Pennington, I think, also got a mention. So if you want to see the more information, then go check that out. I don't just want to read you the full article. That would feel very wrong of me to do, for example. But thank you all for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you very soon for another one.